Well, hello there, konnichiwa. Hello, one and all. Kansas Otaku is here with you today. Here to open up a very special package, one that I've been patiently waiting for the last, about month and a half, almost 2 months now. Yes, this is my submission to CGC for their new video game submissions. This is one of the many packages I had sent out at the end of October to different grading companies to get graded. There's video games and trading cards. So this is the video games that I sent in. Not the first box because, or not the first submission, because I had also tried to submit a different game to WATA, which is one of the more well-known companies, and I've kind of went over that before, kind of complained about it. I'll just do a quick recap. The game I sent in was a European version of Two Human for the Xbox 360, and within the week after they'd received it, they sent me a notification saying that they were unable to properly authenticate that the game was an original seal and sent it back to me. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, like, in that short amount of time that they would just say that and send it back. Kind of just gives off the vibes that either one, they do not know what they're doing, or two, they're too lazy to actually put in an actual effort to check and verify. Granted, it's not an expensive game. If it was like a very rare game, I'm sure they would have taken more time to check it, but just the fact that they were so quick to reject it and send it back, yeah, just not a good first impression. Because, yeah, this is the first time I've ever attempted to do anything of the sort as far as like sending in a video game to be graded by a company. And like I said, this one is through CGC, and they just started their video game submissions. I think it was just like maybe mid-October, I think. So they haven't really been doing it for very long, and I think a bit of a slow start, and no rush on my end. I was happy enough that the cards I'd submitted to CGC came back so quick, so I was perfectly fine waiting for this to come back. But we'll just go ahead and open it up here and get into it. Well, sorry for the noise there. It is perfectly packaged, fragile markings on the box everywhere, so good protection there. Got lots of bubble wrap inside. And yeah, I've only got 2 submissions for this one, which, wasn't sure how everything was going to turn out, so just wanted to send in a couple things that I've had for X amount of time. I think one I've had for a little while, another one I've had maybe a year or less. I can't remember. Actually, both of them might be that way. Anyway, I believe on their website, the submission fee was, I want to say maybe $45. So, as far as the price goes, it's not too bad if it's a high-valued game. Face value for both of these games, one of them is probably around $30-$40 sealed, and the other one's maybe $60 to $70. I can't quite remember for sure. If I can get in here, I want to grab the second one. The one on top is the higher valued one, but I want to see if I can't grab the bottom one, and I don't see it, so... Oh, there it is. And yeah, this is actually my first time holding a graded game, but it'll be first time actually getting an up-close look at the boxes for for these games. Anyway, I'm getting distracted because I've already got the first one out, and I'm kind of starstruck looking at it. So yeah, they do come in these nice bags, and yeah, I'll go ahead and show off the back here. as best as I can. If you can't tell, it is Persona 5 Strikers. This is the copy for the PlayStation 4, released back in just last year in 2021. And of course on here has the date that they received it, which was November 2nd, and then their due date, which I'm assuming is just their deadline of how soon they want to actually get it out to the consumer, and then the name of the game there. Oh, you can even actually, well, I just spoiled it there. Oh well. On the top here, so we'll go ahead and take it out of the bag here. Again, first time holding a sealed game, or a graded sealed game. These do feel very nice, high quality. So yeah, that was the PS4 version. I bought this, and I bought the PS4 version and also the Switch version, and the Switch version was one of the first games I attempted to actually do a stream of on my YouTube account. God awful attempt, but yeah, that's where my starting grounds were. Not too terribly bad there. And let me see, what's the best way to do this? Let's see. Might have some motion here, but I'll lift it up here. So yeah, with this one, I would say that's not too bad for the grade. We've got a 9.6. It's marked on here, Persona 5 Strikers, Sony PlayStation 4 from 2001. It's blue label, bonus content code. It's sealed with the Y folds and A++ for a grade. To be honest, I don't know a whole lot as far as video games go with the gradings. I know, you'll get your main grade here and then your sealed grade. So an A++ is the highest you can get for your seal, and a 9.6 is actually pretty good on its own. If this was like the regular Persona 5, I'm sure this would probably be worth a little bit more. Like I said, I think this one, when I sent it in at the time, the value was roughly around $30 to $40. So now that it's actually been certified, graded, sealed, whatever you want to call it, that value could be higher. It's really not something I know all that much about. I could be, just saying a bunch of jargon and not have any. Well, I know I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, this one, I'm pretty happy with that grade. I've honestly had it tucked away in a storage container. I'd open up the Switch version and played it, and just kept this one sealed. Mainly because at the time my PlayStation 4 just the fan on it was just so loud that it's like couldn't hear anything. If you're playing a game, and a lot of times like the games at the end of the PlayStation 4's lifespan were gonna take a lot of power, so the fans would be blowing pretty hard, so it'd be kind of hard to hear it. And I had been playing quite a bit of Switch at the time, so I just decided to open up that one. But yeah, for a 9.6 grade on something like that, I'm pretty happy about. If it was, well, I've already said it. If it was Persona 5 itself, the first game, probably be a lot more valuable. I don't really, well, it's not like it's that big of a deal. This was just an experiment for me to send in a couple of games and see what I could get for grades, and to actually see what the cases look like. And yeah, I am pretty happy with the way these are. It's very nice quality. Not that you'd want to drop it, but it does feel like if you did drop it, if it was a hard enough surface, yeah, you got the chance of cracking it, which would be unfortunate. But these do look like they could take quite the beating. And it's also kind of got like the, I don't know if you'd call it like the carded look for like action figures, where it's got, the top part here that you could just hold on to and swing it around like that if you wanted. Not that you really want to do that, but still. So yeah, that was the first one, the Persona 5 Strikers. Possible one that I would consider selling at some point. This would be my part of, send a couple things in and then post this one up to sell and see what it would go for. Actually, now that I've seen this and it's got such a nice grade on it, I'm just kind of like, do I really want to do that? And the answer is, well, right now it's not really, but we'll see. So let me get that one back in its baggie. Okay, now for the second one, and this is the one I was more interested in, and yeah, a little bit lower grade, but other than that, I think, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one too. All right, so show off the back first. You can see at the top there it says Odin Sphere. This is the PlayStation 2 version, so the original version from back in 2007. So this is an older game, a sealed one. And if I remember right, I do believe this is one game that I purchased, if not from their website directly, maybe if he had it listed on his eBay channel, or yeah, his eBay store. And I'm talking about Double Jump Video Games out of Vancouver, Washington. Bought several stuff from them before, both their online store or their website, and then also on the eBay page that they have. Okay, so yes, with this one, we've got a 9.4 with a grade of A. So the sealed grade, not quite as good as the other one, but being a game from 2007, it's been around for a while. Not bad at all. I've seen some sealed games that were newer and had a grade of a B, and that's just because the companies will be looking everywhere on here for any little nick or cut in the seal, and if there is anything like that, then that's really gonna lower the quality. So yeah, this is one that I had bought, and it is a new copy. I think I've got this game on the PlayStation 4, maybe the Vita, and then this version. And I'm kind of rambling, but that's what I do. Yeah, you can see on the top there, it will say the name of the game, and then the grade. And yeah, if I'm trying to remember, I guess it doesn't say on this one, but yeah, this one was another game that I've played personally. Not the PS2 version. Well, actually, I do stand corrected, because at one point when I did have a PlayStation 2, I had tried to buy the game off of GameStop. They sent me a copy disc only, and it did not work. So I had to get a hold of customer service, and then they sent me out another copy, and that one happened to come in the original case. So I did have a version of this that I had played before. But then, of course, I got the Odin Sphere Life Thresher or something like that on the PlayStation 4 that came with like a limited edition art book type deal. And then, oh, well, I was going to say if it came out on Switch, I would have bought a copy, but I can't remember now. But this was one that I knew I was going to be sending in, and this one I will be keeping for myself. Now, of course, this one might be more valuable compared to the Persona 5 Strikers, but just because I've got a more fond memory of this game with the characters and the art style than I do with Persona 5. Even though I do love Persona 5, I love the original game. Strikers was okay, just, almost seemed like a massive patch of DLC. Whereas like this game was, everything in it was perfect. I loved it. Uh, and well, the other thing is it's an Atlas game, so that's gonna help with it. Never mind, both of them are both Atlas games. I should shut up. But yeah, that's my first successful submission of video games to be graded. And I have to say that, for CGC to get into the game and to start grading stuff of their own, I'm happy for them. It's, pretty awesome that they would do something like that. I know on their homepage they've got, stuff about having graded, older games, like for I think maybe Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo, and then Mario Kart 64. So, this is kind of a mix of something slightly older and something slightly newer. Not like, the most recent thing out, but still pretty nice there. So overall, yeah, I would say I'm pretty happy with that. Kind of wish that my first one to WATA would have went that way, but I don't want to give up on them just yet, because I do kind of have a follow-up plan after this that I was thinking about trying a little experiment in the form of sending in these games, or not these games, but like 3 copies of the exact same game to 3 different companies. And I was thinking about just doing 1 game to each company. Now I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should try 2. The only thing is that that's going to cost me a little bit of money, and as far as like the turnaround for profit, because the games I'm thinking about, they're definitely not going to be high dollar ones. More likely than not, they're going to be ones that would more than likely go for less value than it would cost for me to purchase the games and the submission fee to get graded. But the companies that I would try to send them to would be, of course, CGC. Then we also have WATA again. And then the third one is VGA. And I think there might be other companies out there, but those are the main 3 I could think of right now that, stand out. And it's not really for the point, or for the use of trying to, earn money off of it. It'd more or less just be an experiment for me to, send them in, see if they get graded, and then, see what the return time is. Kind of do like an overall comparison to these 3 companies with, some neutral ground with them being the same games, and see what kind of grades they get, and then maybe even compare the cases and all that. I think it'd be an interesting experiment. The thing is, 1, you've got the money that's going to cost to submit to 3 different companies, and 2, the time. So it'd be a case of, if I decide to do it, I could very easily get everything set up and ready to go by, say, like the end of the week. But then once I get them sent out, who knows how long it's going to take for them to come back. Like these ones, it was, like I said, today was the day I actually got these in the mail. So, almost 2 full months for the return time on this one, which is not bad. VGA, I have no idea, but WATA on their page claimed that depending on the game, usually the return time or turnaround time would be anywhere from 3 to 4 months. So that's kind of one of those things where it's like, if I decide to do it, it's not going to happen instantaneously, like where I upload this video and then like within a couple weeks I have another video to upload. It's going to be, later in the year that I'd be doing something like that if I decide to go ahead and give this a try. But yeah, this was a very nice experience. I can't say enough about how awesome CGC is. I've had nothing but good experiences with them, with trading cards and now with video games. So I would be more than happy to send in another game to them if I wanted to add to this collection, which now that I've dipped my toes in the waters of, video game grading, it could be possible. I know it's a very touchy subject that, some people think it's a scam. Some people think that it's the best way to earn a living. Others will say that, yeah, the companies that do the grading basically control the market on what the products will actually go for. I think it's just a nice way of trying to preserve a bit of memory, as whether it being something that started your career on YouTube, which isn't really much of a career, or just something that you have fond memories of. So yeah, if you were ever curious about trying to submit to CGC or any grading company and just wasn't sure if it would be worth it, I'd say just go with your heart. If you're wanting to do it for the purpose of money, tread lightly. But if you're wanting to do it to, you know, take something that you have and love and want to, better protect it, um, I'd say go for it. You might be surprised with what you get, but overall, should be an interesting experience. And I've rambled on long enough today. I do hope you all enjoyed. And until next time, I will see you later and take care.